Do you guys think that the drunk version of yourself could beat the shit out of the sober version of yourself? Or vice versa? Could you smack your drunk self's ASS onto the ground?
I kind of feel like me drunk, I could legitimately get into an MMA ring and be like on par with a McGregor or whatever, like a professional fighter. Because when I'm drunk, I am incredibly unpredictable, and
You get a little slappy.
And a lot of these fighters, they're used to, fighting in a certain style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's trained under these different disciplines. But the way I fight is like, I might like just act like I'm passing out for a second and then just like bite off somebody's nutsack or something like that. Like nobody's doing that in MMA. Nobody's even trained to defend something like that, So they would be done. It'd be over.
Yeah, what's the defense to somebody getting up in your grill and acting like they're about to pass out?
They would be like concerned. Like I would be like, like just about to like have a seizure or something like that, and then they'd be like, yo, and then the ref would like kind of be like, all right, is he good? And then I kind of just stop for a second, and then it would be like, bite off a fucking bare chest, nutsack, whatever, bite off something. Mike Tyson.
That's a good
style.
point. Yeah, if someone's
I
trying
could see you getting in there, Nate, and just slap. Only slaps, but you're slapping them so hard they're spinning around.
You can die from a slap. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't
Slap
know
death.
that. Slap.
Like, have
death.
you seen those MMA? Is it UFC slap contests?
Slap
Oh
league.
my god, we need to do that with the three of us.
Shit. Oh, we need to do the slap league in Atlantic City, in the middle of the Hard Rock Casino.
Oh, we could do it like a kissing booth out on the boardwalk and be like, knock me out with a slap and, I'll buy you lunch.
I have so little stamina or whatever. I know one slap would fucking kill me. Freak accident. I think that I'll die by falling down at a not that old of age.
Yeah, you're definitely a like kind of a pathetic death like that. I think
For
like
sure. Yeah, like a
like you're not gonna. I feel like you want to go out in the Lambo car crash. It explodes on the 405. But you are gonna have the most pathetic death of all time, where it's like, man, like he died. Like how'd he die? He just like kind of fell down on and hit his head on a table or something. Oh man, really? All right.
like if it was on video, it would look like the weakest.
And he's
fall
42.
nothing.
And he's 42 years old as well. Like he should have easily recovered from that.
Yeah, did you hear what happened to Eric? No, what? He cracked his knuckles and he thought he felt it in his leg, and then he just started hyperventilating and he kind of thought himself into being dead, just couldn't grapple with the idea of being alive.
It will affect like how people mourn your death too, because they'll be like, I think they would have been like extra sad if you would have, passed away from some crazy terminal illness or something like that. But because you kind of had this like kind of preventable, like pathetic fall death, like they'll be like, oh, like, I mean, that's on him. Like, I don't even feel bad for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people are gonna be like embarrassed at the funeral. Everybody's gonna show up in like glasses and hat, like they're going to like plastic surgery consultation. They're trying not to be seen. Like, oh shit, can't go to this guy's funeral. People are gonna,
Eric,
think differently.
What type of funeral do you want? What is the vibe that you want at your funeral when you pass away? I
want that New Orleans funeral.
Oh, you want the
type.
whole?
I want the parade with the big brass band and liquor and dancing.
So you're saying like most people when they die, they get sad, they get mournful, but you're saying this is a celebration of life. Why are we all sad?
Yes.
We should be celebrating what is. We all die. Why are we so sad right now? We should be happy and having a good time and drinking and celebrating what was. That's interesting.
I want to
Eric.
be all formaldehyded out and kind of propped up on some type of vehicle, like a ATV or, some type of.
I want to be
car.
taxidermied and crucified, like ancient style.
Yeah.
You want to be walked. You know how those guys, those like super crazy Christian guys, volunteer themselves to be Jesus during the Palm Sunday march towards the.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know if that's Palm Sunday, but they
Palm
volunteer
Spring.
to be crucified.
They got
That's
a
you, Nate.
what's this? They got a day called Palm Sunday because they got the nails through the palm.
Yep.
No, I think it's the palm leaves.
Oh my God.
There was oops, we're talking about religion again. Sorry. Oops. Turn off the pod right now if you're
It's
a little
Palm
bit
Monday.
sensitive.
It's the Palmcast.
It's the Palmcast. Check it.
My favorite
But
Palmcast.
there was a Jesus in my church that I went to where he was the actor who would play Jesus during the Palm Sunday, and he would reenact the crucifixion, and he would go so fucking
Is
crazy.
he like whipping himself?
There would be like people whipping him, and he would be like, oh fuck, ah. Like,
Wow.
he would go
There's
in.
nothing funnier to me than that.
It was quite violent and quite graphic.
Jeez.
There was fake blood
That
everywhere, and this was like just a regular Sunday, you know. Well, not regular; it was Palm Sunday, but we didn't need to see that,
Hell no.
I want to go to church so bad. I feel like I went to synagogue for like 16 years and I never even met anybody. I didn't even see anybody. And I go to church
Really?
one time with my friend Mark and I'm like getting kicked out and there's like a half pipe and people are skating on this thing, and then I go in and people are singing in English and the lights are on and everybody's wearing normal shit. I would love to be taken to church.
Hey, we should go to church on Sunday morning when you're here.
Wait, can I
Go to
can-
and not
can-
to
wait,
make
can
fun
I
of some
come?
local nice church. Yeah, of course, Jack.
All right.
I'm saying all of us.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying we go to a mega church where we won't feel so bad coming in, recording,
Right.
doing TikTok type of pranks on everybody, the pastor, laughing in their face about their religion, whatever.
Oh yeah, 200 one prayer or double it and pass on. Do you want to hear one prayer or double it and pass
Oh,
on? to the
Double
next
yeah,
person?
yeah.
pass on this guy. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean we should. You gotta see it, Jack. You never been to church?
I've been to church one time because it was a mega church because there was a half pipe there and I wanted to go skate, and then I went in and it was like, I just remember the light. It was like going to a real theater production where it was like blue lights, everybody's singing, and then then I left.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It's a
theatricality that goes into, because it's just entertainment at the end of the day. People just want to go to and see a show. You know what I'm saying? In these small towns,
Yeah.
they just want to be entertained, and some of the most entertaining things you'll ever see is somebody speaking in tongues and speaking in a language that they kind of like made up on their own, and they think they're connecting with a higher force, and there's a lot of ups and downs with it. There's singing, there's people like kind of dancing and running across stage at kind of the more non-denominational Baptist style. Like, people can kind of get weird at church, and people like to view that, and they like to see that type of shit go down.
We should.
I
Oh, go ahead.
was just gonna say I went to a friend's church, one Pentecostal churches usually, and I went to church with a friend, and I went to regular church. We didn't speak in tongues, and I went with him, and all of a sudden everybody's getting filled with the Holy Spirit, speaking in tongues, and I felt myself kind of just faking it.
That's what everyone's doing, though.
Everyone's faking it.
Yeah.
In and out of church. I'm faking it right now. I'm faking
you
being a
ever-
podcaster.
No, we're not, dude. We're doing this more real than anybody out there.
This
right
is the
now.
realest podcast on the planet. Like, it's just, it doesn't get realer than us three.
Pe-
We're some of
people-
we're the three of the realest motherfuckers on earth.
The real amigos.
If you ask us something, we're gonna tell you straight up, even if it hurts your feelings, even if it's not nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell you how we motherfucking
We're
feel
real about
because
it.
What
we're
about
real.
speaking-
And guess what? I've been to every neighborhood in New York multiple times. And in the
Wow.
last week since this shit dropped, oh shit, what's that here? I hear blasting from the SUV. Beginning of Joy Tactics. It's
Yeah.
Nate going off on some crazy ass tangent. We're in Bronx. It's Jack singing a song on the podcast. Tribeca.
This has
They
this
like
has
me and
started.
Tribeca the most.
This has started as a podcast, and I was like, oh, we'll just have like upload this to Spotify, whatever. Like, it's just me and
See
my
what
friends hanging out.
happens.
But I am so shocked because this is now a movement that we've created.
Yes.
It's no longer this thing that we started as, which we had zero expectations. You always hear people, oh,
Right.
what, George Lucas, what did you think of Star Wars? I was just having fun making a movie. I didn't know it would end up like this. And that's how we feel. We were just like, oh, maybe 1-2 people will listen to this. But we have created such a solid movement that is dipping and zipping into the fucking zeitgeist, where people are kind
Dipping
of
and zipping.
people are feeling different. I feel like everyone has kind of changed and has been affected by this, whether they're listening or not. They have been, because we know somebody that's listened to. You know, you're probably 4 degrees away from somebody who's listened to Joy Tactics at this point, statistically, analytically.
Or 0. Literally, I'm walking down the street in New York. I'm thinking about going to get Potbellies to try and do sandwich. I hadn't tried yet. I've tried almost everything. But then this guy comes up to me. He starts tucking my head into his shirt from the bottom. You know, when you lift your shirt up and bag them? And I'm thinking, what the hell is this? What is this? I look up. It's hair in it. Spit hair out. All of a sudden, I look around. What the hell? It's Mayor Eric Adams of New York. And he's trying to tuck me into his shirt from the bottom, kidnap style. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Do I know you? Oh, snap. It's the president or the mayor. And he goes, yeah, dude, I want you. I'm tired. I need you to do this because you're the most suited for it. So I'm trying to put you in my clothes so I can slide out. That's how crazy the podcast is getting.
This shit should be subsidized by the government.
I didn't tell you guys this, but I recently was at a party which was 99% models.
Whoa.
And 2 of the most famous models came over to me, and I was like, chill, I got a girlfriend, chill. And they say to me, hey, they're like, do you know what we dream of every day? It's a male and female model, by the way. This isn't just women. It's all genders love the fuck out of us. And they're like, do you know what we would love so much? And I'm like, what? Chill. First off, chill. They said, we would love if you guys could if we could get you recording in our bedroom.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Wait a minute.
The podcast.
They want to have sex? That's something I'm so comfortable with. If the 3 of us were in a 5-some with 2 models, let me just say, that would be the most natural I've ever felt in my life.
I would definitely be involved in that type of shit with you guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That would be awesome if we were all, whatever, single ever.
Which we're not. Attention, ladies.
Which we're not.
Attention, ladies.
Chill.
Stop what you're doing. Stop right now. Stop DMing us, because we're not going to fucking look at it. Because guess what? I'm one of the most loyal fucking people on the planet. I don't even think about anything else besides my girl. And that's why the ladies rock with me. That's why I'm one of the best partners and boyfriends on the fucking planet. Because when you're with me, it's laser focused. It's just about you, baby. Mm-hmm. It ain't about anybody else.
Yep.
But you and me right now. This night's about you right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make you feel special.
Let me quote Metallica. Dream on, dream on.
Yep.
If you're listening, don't even think about it.
But we also understand that a lot of people out there would love to date us, to even be around us desperately. And we get that. And, I would too if I was in your position. But it's just the case right now that we're all taken and happily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
and you guys know that, and that's why you're not saying it to us. But out of respect.
Right.
But here's the thing. It doesn't mean that we all can't have friends, like celebrity friends.
Of course.
Like, we want to be still meeting and hanging out with everybody, but, like, just don't expect... If you start to cross the line, blocked.
Right.
Hey, what's your name? Freaking... what's your freaking name? One of the most famous models. Uma Thurman. Oh, yeah, Uma Thurman. We're chilling. We're friends, right? She sends me hard eyes. Block. You're blocked. Right ass there. Block.
Yeah, I'm like chilling.
It's over.
I'm at Chipotle or something. Why do we have scenarios where I'm at Chipotle with a celebrity? Isn't that the?
It's not a problem. Just go with it. Yeah.
I just
You're
remembered
Chipotle,
that
you're in line.
I'm in Chipotle again with Ice Spice.
This is like the reality of like. I do think by like episode 20, if you've listened to 20 or 25 episodes of this podcast, you will have heard everything that we are capable of saying or talking about.
It will just instantly repeated. Like that was like what, 2 episodes ago? Just instantly repeated it. Just it's so easy to say any other place, but anyways, I'm with Ice
I think
Spice.
it's a good thing.
We're kicking it and like, you know, just friends having a good time. And she's just all of a sudden like Nate, what's up? Like, let's get down. Like, what are we even doing? It's like I would immediately just look at her and just walk away. Like, not even just say it. And then she would like text me like, what happened? Was that I'm sorry about.
She was too stunned to speak. Then block, unfriend, unfollow, everything. Cut ties. That's what happens when you try to get too close. With us.
Yeah, because we are people that we don't want any new friends as well. Because
I mean, unless though they've done enough of the type of creative work that we like, so like
right.
They're in
I mean that
new seasons of
Aquaman,
TV and stuff.
Simpsons. Yeah.
Simpsons. Yeah.
Matt Groening. I mean, of
Watch.
course, we would love to be friends with them. But, you know, there's a lot of people that come into our lives now who are like, yo, Nate, what's up, man? Like, I'd love to kick it. And I'm just like, yo, so you want to use me or something? Like, you don't know
Nate.
with these people.
Oh, my
Did we-
God.
Was it in an episode we just did, or was it in a bonus ep, or was it in one that didn't work out, where we were talking about like how people didn't like
Right.
how the
no.
Mike Jones of it all?
It was the bonus app we were talking about.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, we were saying that, like, you know, since the pods dropped,
Right,
like
right.
all of a sudden people are just like kind of coming out the woodwork. Hey, Nate,
Dude,
just checking
like,
in.
let me tell you what. You know what literally happened to me the other day? I'm walking around New York City. I'm trying to go to Potbelly to see what kind of new sandwiches I haven't tried yet there. This guy comes up to me and starts putting my head in the bottom of his shirt. All of a sudden, I start spitting out
dude,
hair.
yeah.
All of a sudden, I look up. It's
Jack.
Yeah.
You just said
What?
that, man.
I
You
did.
just said
You just
that,
said
dude.
that.
Oh,
dude.
sorry, man.
So-
I've been chewing a lot of grape flavored Ice Cube bubble gum.
It's okay, man. But that was such a good riff that I think you could have even gone twice with it, and people would have been
Really?
okay and not turned off or like, you know, like shutting
Yeah,
off
well,
the pod or anything.
thanks, man.
Like sometimes you know, you hear a song twice. Why can't you hear it like a riff twice? You know, you're listening to
Mhm.
All the Lights by Kanye West over and over again. Well, why aren't you listening to this episode like 5, 10, 15 times? You know what I'm saying? Which
Mhm.
actually a lot of people are on.
The real heads do.
Because if your brain is wired more advancedly, which I think a lot of people listening, you know that about yourself. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You will be able to, like, regular intellectual sentences get stuck in your head in the way that a lay person, maybe like a song that's on the radio gets stuck in their head. For you, it's like, oh, 7 years ago. That's so catchy. Oh, treat everybody the way you want to be treated. That's a bop.
Right.
So, that's what I am just saying now. And now I'm done.
I wanted to quickly shoot off of you brought up the bubble gum you were chewing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Purple.
we were getting drinks with a group about a week ago, and I offered somebody some gum, and he said, "No thanks, I don't want cancer."
Yo!
Really?
And I said, "What info do you have that I'm not aware of? Because I chew this shit like every day. It makes my breath smell good as fuck, and I like the way it feels on my teeth." And I didn't ask him that, but I haven't looked it up on Google because I'm too afraid. But if anybody listening is a doctor or nurse or hospice nurse, let us know if you know anything about gum being cancerous.
The person didn't respond when you asked them that?
I didn't answer. I just said, I mean, this is the type of coward I am. I said,
you
oh,
said,
for
okay,
sure.
no worries.
Then I popped the piece of 5 gum in my mouth.
Well, dude, that's a great response to any question that anybody asks you. where
No
you're kinda
thanks,
like,
I don't want cancer.
Yeah, what are you doing tonight? You want to chill? No, thanks. I don't
Yeah.
want
But
cancer
you know what
for
I
you.
think about is that I think that in let's say 25 years, I think we are going to be a generation that will have the cure to any type of disease. So I'm saying if you're smoking cigs right now, you're good. Like, go ahead, buy another pack, double up the smoking, you know what I'm saying? Cuz it's going to be all good once you're about 65 years old in the the adverse effects of smoking are about to hit you, there's going to be some, type of robot like CRISPR drone AI art is going to be able to, cure whatever you got going down. So
doesn't it seem like you just get dry as you get older, and that's the problem? Maybe people should just get more wet. Like when I think about like because aging is a disease, isn't it? That's
right.
the disease.
Yes.
Is the
finally
aging.
We're categorizing it appropriately.
It's a disease. It's not good for you.
It is a disease that I'm suffering from. Like, it's a crippling. I feel like I have a kind of a crazier version of aging than most.
Well, it's funny because your body ages and they say that's a bad thing, but your brain ages and it's called wisdom.
Whoa. Oh.
And your soul ages and that's called storytelling ability.
Wisdom.
Well,
Eric, speak a little bit about wisdom real quick. What does that mean to you, that word? Because something tells me that you have sort of a opinion about wisdom and what that means to people as a human and what that does to you as you age and get older and what you can contribute to others with that so-called wisdom.
That's so interesting you say that. Well, I'll speak on it for a second. Wisdom to me just means seasoning.
Go
and
ahead.
let me expand on that.
Please,
so you get born into this life. Everybody's born a baked potato, right?
Okay.
Smiling because I love the fuck out of baked potatoes. But you're born a plain potato, right? And as you get old, you might have been born a rich potato or a poor potato. The poor potatoes, they get whatever seasoning is around. So it's a little bit of old ass salt that they use on the roads, some dirt. You're mixing some horrible shit, tasting shit in there. The rich people get different type of seasoning, all the expensive spices. And let me see where I'm going with this. What I wanted to cover from there is...
What are you saying? So
I wanted to somehow get into this.
Rich people are more wise?
In World War I, we sent all these boys off to maybe one of the most
Eric's
violent
panicking right now, like with the metaphor.
wars of attrition of
Nate just gave you the biggest alley-oop of all time, like a 45-second long intro for you to come up with the sickest shit.
Whenever Eric brings
What
up
the
World
hell?
War One, he is panicking. He's spinning his
He's deep
wheels.
in the bag.
He's like, back in World War One.
Eric just went back to 2015 Chicago, like.
Well,
What
I
the-
did want to say, like, the people who have seen the worst shit on the planet, the death and the violence and human nature and evil and blood and their friends ripped apart in front of them, they are seeing the most realist part of humanity. And when they come back, they're shell-shocked. They're broken. They don't want to be, in some cases, alive anymore. And maybe they're the wisest people, and everybody else is just dumb. You know what I mean?
You're saying that sort of through the trials and tribulations of suffering, pain, disease, war, famine, that actually contributes to the amount of wisdom and knowledge that you have and that you can share and give to the world. So in a way, the pain and the struggle transcends and transmutes, which I love that word, transmutes.
What's that mean?
It means you take something and change it into something different and more different and positive than it was for instance, if you're feeling sad as fuck, you can transmute that energy using ancient techniques into happiness and having fun. But I won't give away those secrets. You'll have to take my e-course for that, which I am putting out on my website and making a lot of money from, by the way. Way more than this fucking podcast.
All right, man, chill out.
I think we're pretty much on the same page. But what I finally want to say is this: people who have seen the worst of the world and who end up hopeless and broken, I think they're the wisest because they see life how it really is, which is just ultimately a sad, sad affair, and life is a terminal illness. And to be distracted by TV and video games and good dinners, you're just putting off the inevitable, which is a long, cold death and return to nothingness.
Wow, good God!
And you kind of said something also about how sometimes they want to kill themselves, and that's the right thing. Did you say that? At the
I
end
didn't
of
say
that.
that's right. I just said No. I mean, we'll bleep all of that shit.
Look, we're going to talk about
know.
some dark topics on this podcast because
Yeah.
a lot of dark topics don't get even talked about in the mainstream media.
That's what pisses me
And
the fuck off.
they are so complex, and there's so many different
Yeah.
different points that you can, talk about these issues and not let everyone's talk about. And what we're trying to do is just put out these things and saying, hey, we can talk about this, because when we talk about it, people learn more, people grow more, and we understand these issues a little bit more. So let's stop being afraid to talk about dark shit and crazy, maybe evil subjects and parts of humanity that we're not as proud of. But let's talk about it, because that's how we change the world, is through dialogue and conversation. If I see a Republican on the street, I'm saying, hey man, what's up? Like, let's chat. Let's chop it up. Like, I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind of commonalities we have, me and you, because I bet there's a lot more similarities than there are differences in the end.
Because you put people in the dirt, you put feelings and emotions and death and violence in the dirt or in a dark cellar. Guess what happens to it? Just like what happens to alcohol.
It grows.
It ferments. It grows and it
Like a
becomes all
tree.
funky and disgusting. But if you put that shit in the light of day, you put violence and beatings, whatever, right into the sunlight, guess what happens? It fades like a magazine in a window display of a fucked up store. It gets all faded.
Eric, can I
You
just
can't-
say?
That's right, Eric. That's a good right. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just say, Eric, dude, your metaphors are on fleek today, dude.
Potatoes.
It's just the way that. Well, I'm serious right now, dude. We are taking subjects that people typically don't want to hear about or can't even process in their brains emotionally, and we are using this little thing called a metaphor to help you understand it in a different light. Because sometimes when people see something in a different, framing, a different point of view, they can understand it a little bit more. And that's kind of what we do and that's kind of a special skill that we have as comedians. Well, we're more artists, I would say, than comedians, but we're more philosophers.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't
it's interesting. It's interesting, that in order to understand something, it helps to have it be described incorrectly.
Whoa.
That's what a metaphor is. So somebody might say, hey, you go plug in that plug for me in the outlet hole, and you'd say, that might take you a second to comprehend. But if somebody said, hey man, would you go breathe life electronically as the snake goes into the cave and the snake goes into the cave of internet facilitational current portal, you might go, wow, now I don't just get it, it's actually going from my short-term memory into my long-term memory. There's significance to what you say now. I don't just hear the fact, it's staying with me forever because it has significance.
You know what we need to have is a kind of metaphor competition. So any metaphors that you have, let us know in the motherfucking comments. All right? We're taking any type of metaphor at all that you are coming up with. This is and the best metaphor wins. What do you win? I don't know. We'll determine that.
That's the metaphor.
Yes. But I think we need to transform the world with
transmute
and transform the world with language. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what? Somebody was saying earlier about speaking in tongues.
Yes.
Is there speaking in teeth?
Teeth chatter only podcast.
Speaking in teeth, it's a new, heightened, even more non-denominational
Advanced
tongues.
spirituality.
If you're not Christian, you don't feel comfortable speaking in tongues, give the teeth a rattle.
Good God,
Rattle.
Genius.
And so what do you guys think about this Alec Baldwin shit?
So what happened? He shot somebody a while back. This ain't good. This ain't good.
First off, thank you for asking this important question. Yeah. And I know a lot of people want to hear sort of our angle on this. And a lot of people, I think, have withheld their own opinions because they want to listen to, what do the Joy Tactics lads have to say about this? And then I'll kind of, reformulate what I think and copy what their thoughts are, which we don't really want people to do that. But if you're kind of stupid as fuck and dumb and don't have opinions for yourself, you can co-opt our opinions, and that's what we're here for. But if you want sort of a crazy, like, morally sound right opinion, I say lock that motherfucker up, get him in jail, and treat him badly there. And because I don't think Alec Baldwin is the best person.
Well, Nate, that's a little bit, I don't mean to offend you, but I feel like that's a little bit of an antiquated take. And what I think we need to do instead of just putting people away, disagreement, but it's healthy. It's
healthy disagreement coming up.
No worries.
We're about to get into it.
Man.
Get ready.
I
Okay,
still
go ahead,
respect
Jack.
You.
No.
Don't think for a second I still respect you.
I know you respect me.
You're not right. You're not right. But I'm gonna tell you right now what I think.
No, I would actually love to hear what you think, Jack.
Cool,
what's your opinion?
I could tell from your tone.
Okay,
dude.
go ahead.
I could tell.
Go ahead.
All right, here I go, and mute yourself.
Awesome.
All right, here I go. Okay.
You did.
Instead of having the approach of punishment, lock them up forever, it's something called rehabilitation. I'm talking about radical rehabilitation.
Oh.
So this Alec Baldwin, I agree with you actually on this. He's fucked up beyond the pale, and everybody in his, well, I won't get into his family, but we need to put him back at square one. Let's have him adopted right now by people who are infertile, and they will be able to say, Alec Baldwin, you're about to take a pill cocktail that's going to wipe all of your memories and behaviors, and we are going to start from square one, physically and mentally. You're not going to be able to walk, you're not going to be able to talk, and you're not going to remember any of this. But in 20 years, we are going to reintroduce you to yourself through movies that you've been in.
Oh my
And
God.
then, finally, the day is going to come where he's going to be back on set, and he's going to be back in that scenario. And we're going to see, can he do the right thing?
That is so futuristically genius.
So, I'm like, really? My eyes are kind of sparkling out. Interesting. I'm serious.
I am legit. I am kind of blown away by this sort of creative take on basically the justice system right now. Wipe them clean, put them in the foster care system, and then kind of reintegrate them into their past life and see how their opinion with kind of a clean slate, a clean vision. Wow.
Shave them down to the bone and then regrow the meat, metaphorically. So, Eric.
That's amazing. So what do I think should happen to Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, what do you think?
I am also conflicted on this because what he did was not chill, and I think that consequences need to be dispensed.
Well, where do you think the buck of responsibility is passed? Is it the person holding it? Is it the person who came up with the idea for the movie? Is it like what? Where do you, somebody, because you're gonna be in his shoes one day as an action star.
You are. You're gonna be in his shoes with like killing somebody
Literally.
on set. Like, Eric, I know it. A stunt's gonna go wrong, like
it's not gonna be with a weapon. It's gonna be with your strength.
With my fists.
Right.
I know. Well, actually, one time I did a short film for real, and do you guys know this? And there's a part where I'm like,
"Wait, you did a short film?"
I've done many.
Fuck, man.
I've done more
gotta
than
catch
you'd
up.
be comfortable
That's
even
awesome.
knowing about.
Dang, man.
I could really see
But
you.
there's
in
a
one of
part
those.
where I'm checking someone's blood pressure, and we all know this guy. I felt so bad that I did this, and I'm pumping up the blood pressure on this actor, and we're in the scene. I'm not recognizing that this thing is actually working and like constricting on his arm, and it constricts so tightly, and then he says like, "Can we stop?" And it hurt him really badly, and I went, "Oh,
stop!
my fucking
Stop!"
God,
And you just are
literally. I didn't even think about it being connected, and I felt so bad. And I've been trying to think of a punishment for myself for that for years, and I just
So you need
can't
to be squeezed as hard as you squeezed them.
Exactly.
We could do that on the pod. We should do the redemption pod where we pick the 10 worst things we've done, and we kind of get physical redemption on ourselves.
Ooh, interesting.
I also think, I don't know about that's perfect for my punishment for that crime, but for Alec Baldwin, if he did some type of mukbang with the nastiest foods on the planet and it's a 48-hour marathon mukbang of like sharp ass foods,
dog food,
stinky ass, nasty ass foods, and he's like wants to stop eating so bad, but he can't, and he goes through basically the gauntlet. And he's having to eat live octopus and all this shit, and he loves octopus, octopi.
So Eric, it's really, you know, I know it's we are so able to speak so creatively about it because we don't know these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So let me ask you this. If it was the person you love most in your life, Eric, which is, I don't know, Charlize Theron,
Yeah, it's probably somebody you don't know personally, and it's like a
Scarlett
celebrity
Johansson.
that you worship.
Let's just say,
would it make, you know, and they were murdered savagely by a negligent, sexy as fuck dude.
Me, probably.
All right. Yeah. So if Nate murdered your most loved person on the planet, is that would you really feel like that was enough?
Here's what I'd do, man. If you came to me, Nate, and you apologized wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
hey, man, I was not feeling that good. I'm sorry this happened, whatever. I told you I'm so understanding. But then very likely something in me, even after the apology, some upsetness would spring back into action, and I'd put a Glock in your mouth and make a blood slushy.
I would like to point out once again, this is what I'm saying, where we only have about 10 or 15 topics that we could do, and then we're looping. Oh, we didn't use that episode?
I don't think we used that one. Yeah, this is
my
fresh.
bad. All right, my bad. So Eric, dude, I never heard that one. Make a brain swear. Is that a what? You just made that up? You're crazy, dude. We might have to bleep.
Something tells
All
me,
right.
Eric, when you sort of go to that place of darkness, and if you had to become physically violent to protect somebody, I don't think that you would remember what you did. I think you would black out. You're one of those people that would just fully black out and kind of go like Hulk style, and it's like somebody has to like smack you, like get him off of, like get him off of him, and you're just like, you kind of wake up and you're like, what have I done? And there's like blood everywhere, and you're kind of like shocked out of it. You know what I'm saying? Which
That's a crazy conundrum.
Which has its.
You could see that happening to me.
I could see that. I could see that happening to you. Yes.
Well, because I'm such a nice guy, and people think I'm so calm and they could do whatever to me. But if you press the right buttons in the right combination, Game Shark style, you'll unlock a cheat code for me that is not too pleasant, and it's a game ender, and it'll corrupt your save file.
Dude,
and
Eric,
it'll what?
I just got so sad imagining you as kind of an emotional Hulk, where like basically you turn into this other version of Eric. Maybe you're green, it's not important, where you are so fucking fun and helpful and useful to be around, but you don't remember any of it. And then you wake up from being that Hulk, emotional Hulk, and it's like, dang, man, like who do I love? Is it Eric or is it the other one?
So you're saying like there's a Hulk, like a different type of Hulk style, where it's like you turn into this person that's like volunteering and like promoting like philanthropic like
right.
endeavors,
like Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast deserves some type of, I think, global medal. He needs. He is very soon in the future when Trump is president in 2024. I'm not saying I'm for that. I just think maybe that's a possibility.
It's an inevitability.
I think Trump will be. I could see him putting on some sort of medal on Mr. Beast that's meant for Marines that have been in combat, because he starts like World War III as a YouTube video of some sort, and it's just kind of like kind of pranks the whole world in that regard. And that's it. That's it. I can't reveal what my master plan is, dude. It's going to be crazy.
Why not?
Because
come on, man.
Because it's going to be so surprising that people are going to be like, "Yo, this is."
Eric, don't you think he should just tell us?
I do think that.
All right, I'm going to fake my death, and then I'm going to show up in Times Square just kind of a couple of years later.
But They do both.
Mr. Beast. We need him on the pod immediately. We need to talk to that man and get into his fucking head.
I want to get into his brain for 1 minute.
I'm afraid. I feel like that's y'all see the movie Whiplash with J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'd be afraid to have Mr. Beast on because we're just so not gonna be at his tempo that he's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this? You guys have no retention skills. You're not ready. Where's the what the fuck? Where's the click? Where's the click?"
Yeah,
Do you think that Mr. Beast is a tyrant?
I think so. I think he definitely is. Jack, would you, if you had the opportunity to be mentored by Mr. Beast and he was like, I'm going to help you become basically Mr. Beast for 2.0, and he was, you know, Simmons style Whiplash, you're like creating YouTube videos and he's like, the thumbnail isn't fucking right. You know what I'm saying? Like screaming at you. Would you endure that? And do you think like that would help you as a content creator put out some amazing shit in the end? Or do you think that you would suffer a lot of trauma and come out of it a shell of yourself and kind of resenting Mr. Beast for putting you through that shit?
That's tough because there's a side of me that's like, I am very sensitive. If anybody raises their voice at me, I'll start crying right away and I won't be able to focus, and then I'll just be thinking about that moment for the rest of my life.
Wow.
But there's another side of me that's like, you know what? Maybe I need to be shook really hard by somebody my size who's gonna just push me to the brink. And then while he's teaching me all that stuff, I can start looking over his shoulder trying to memorize his passwords to all his emails and stuff and slowly start siphoning money out of his organization. And then I can kind of peace out, get out of the country, fake my own death, and then not have to worry about any of this shit.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
I kind of took a left turn there, but
No.
I'm always thinking about the exit route. You know, when you go into a restaurant, you're thinking, where's the nearest exit? I think about that with my career, with the country, with every relationship I have. What's the fastest way I could cut ties and ghost to the point where nobody will ever see me again? Because life is one giant restaurant.
Do you think that's...
And what's on the menu?
Do you think that is possible to actually fake your own death and live a second life in some sort of other country, go to South America and be in kind of a remote village and have kind of like a second, like, you know, version of yourself where you're with the people there and they don't know who you are, and you have like a new, you know, partner and children there, and you're one with the community. And
Of course.
Do you think that has happened? Like a famous person
Well, I
has
do know. I'll speak on this really quickly. There was just a case in Germany where a woman found another woman that looked like her, a doppelganger, and she stabbed this woman many times to her death, and tried to convince everybody that that was her. So she used this other person's body, thinking to make people think that that was her death, and then she could leave her life.
Oh my!
But
So you'd have to have the same voice, and you'd have to.
well, but this person's dead, so that you see what the.
Yeah, but then you go to hang out with their friends, and they're like, "Oh,
No, she didn't want to take her life. She just wanted to escape.
wait, what? What happened? Somebody killed somebody that looked like them?
And then tried to convince everybody that that person was her body. Like, tried to make it look like that was her body.
So
then
I see what
she
you're
could fake
saying.
her own
I thought,
death.
okay.
Mhm.
She wasn't trying to take over that person's life. She was trying to reverse.
Exactly.
Interesting. Wow. But then they would just do the DNA test, obviously.
And then I guess they probably did the DNA test, and it was a pretty easy fix.
Yeah, and then somebody else
But-
went missing who kind of looked like her.
I don't know.
That's tough.
I would love to fake my own death, but then come back.
Yeah, right.
Fake my
right.
death for 2 years. Watch all the
I legit. I don't
Facebook
wanna,
tributes come in.
They're gonna play this back when I die. They're gonna play this moment back on the pod, and 40 years from now. But I have a kind of a secret plan, and that's all I'm
What
gonna
is
say.
it?
And
What
that's
is it,
all
man?
I'm gonna say. And I'm just gonna leave this little soundbite right here for when I mysteriously pass away, when I am, 82 years old or whatever, and everybody thinks that it is from a terminal disease or something like that. Just know, there's something else
what is
going on. That's all I'm gonna say. No. That's all I can
Why
say
not?
right now because I have
Wait,
kind of
why
a
not?
master plan because I don't want to reveal, what the plan is because it'll be a surprise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's
So?
it. That's it. I can't reveal what my master plan is, dude.
It's
It's gonna be crazy
not?
because
come on, man.
because it's gonna be so surprising that people are going to be like, "Yo, this is."
Eric, don't you think he should just tell us?
I do think that.
All right, I'm gonna fake my death and then I'm gonna show up in Times Square, just kind of a couple years later. That's it. So if I
amazing.
Good
die,
surprise.
just kind of like just kind of look around in Times Square like a couple years after, and there's gonna be an older version of me that's kind of looks, like he's been through a lot of shit in a different country, and it's taken a lot for him to get back to New York City via small boats and cargo ships, and I'm gonna smell, and it might not be recognizable, but just keep your eyes open. That's all I'll say.
I feel like there's a couple people like that right now.
Yeah, right. You might mistake it
building.
as like somebody else, but you'll
landlord.
know if it's me, like because I'm really nice in person, and
You're nice, but you're also sexy, man.
dude, thank
And
you.
we're all different types of sexy in a way.
We
I've been
kind
thinking
of
about
all
this.
are, and that's weird that there's different complexities and multitudes to being
Right.
sexy, and a lot of people can be sexy but in their own kind of unique separate ways, and all of us have our own unique sort of riz and
Yeah.
sexiness to us.
Wait, should we go around and describe each other's sexiness? In
Yeah.
the most
Yeah,
amazing way?
yes, absolutely.
All right,
That's such a good
All right,
idea.
All right.
All right.
Who should we start with, Jack?
Who should we start with?
Let's start with
Well,
Jack.
Jack, how is Jack like?
dude.
What's his own kind of like sexiness? What does he bring into the sexiness spectrum? You know what I'm saying?
Jack, I don't even know if you know this, man, but you bring a sense of mysteriosity to your environments. And you walk in the room, oh snap, he's tall. Oh snap, he's got an amazing BMI, as far as I know. Oh snap, he dresses like a skater. And oh snap,
Yes.
I'm feeling magnetized to him. And oh snap, he's got that facial structure that I like. And I just know when you walk in the room, people are going like this. When we were at SNL and there are many celebrities abounding all around us, here's what happened when we walked into that one room.
People and Eric's
Everybody's
turning
the
over the
Property
side right
Brothers
now.
turning around, looking at your ass and your face. For
There
real.
there is a type of mystery to your sexiness, and Eric, I will say that your sexiness is kind of like, it's kind of shocking in a way. When you step
do you
into a
mean?
room, it is like it's kind of energetic and palpable. Like people
Well-
can
May I say-
people can feel it. Like if you step into a room, they might not see you, but they like something perked up. You know
And
what I'm
you mean
saying?
that.
They see you. There's no such thing as seeing Eric from a distance. If you see Eric, the second you see him, you feel like you are fucking nose to nose, forehead to
Yes.
forehead with him. You feel like you are shoved in a sleeping bag, body to body, sweating on each other. That's what it feels like to just look at you in the eyes, man.
Wait.
No matter how far away.
Go a little deeper on this because I'm like trying to wrap my head around this.
No, right. So, well, it's funny because it's hard to see. You're like an elephant doesn't see themselves as a giant in the mirror, right? But you are so sexy
In what way though? Like charisma?
in a way
dressing?
that feels. So you're dressing. First of all, wow. Lately, man, you've been on this incredible like. Wow, this guy maybe used to be like a Olympic wrestler for a different country, and he lived in like Albania or Montenegro for a while.
Yeah.
But now he's back and he's doing his thing with the amateur golf, and he's impressing everybody
and yet
in that
he
way.
listens to all types of
Right.
amazing music that I wouldn't really even necessarily think that he did, but he knows so much about all these genres and bands.
like European, Polish techno,
yeah.
like shit that like New Yorkers are like. If there was a New York, if there was like a level of New York underneath New York, I guess I'm talking about the underground scene.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to talk too much about my involvement there because I'll start to out myself.
revealing.
You're kind of a legend in the underground scene. No, maybe nobody knows about you outside of that, but underground, it is like you are the Brad Pitt of underground, and it is like you walk into a certain type of club where it's like there's low lighting, the wait staff there is fucking, everybody's so attractive, wearing the craziest clothes, but it's like kind of vintage, and everybody there is Eric Rahill. Oh my God, Eric, Mr. Rahill, Mr. Rahill, Mr. Rahill, over here. So, and that's kind of where, but that's how we like it, and we
like it like that,
and we like it like that.
Let me say one more piece. Let me say one more thing about Eric.
Whoa.
Eric, you might not be the sexiest version of anything, but guess what? You have a no. This is going somewhere, but you have a version of the sexiest version of everything in you. So you look like a combination of, you give off the combination. You're the sexiest lumberjack mix / DJ / veteran / prisoner / high politician / British guy / alien, whatever. So
wow.
Well, I thank you for that, but we do have one more person to get to.
We do have. I think there's one more person who hasn't been talked about in the sexiness spectrum.
Literally,
and I think it's me.
You have the raw, Nate. You have the most like bodily, sexy, like disgusting.
Yeah.
Like people want to freak on you. You know what I mean? Like
It's
people want to
crazy.
fucking like. People want to put your entire body in their mouth like a fucking snake.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I feel like I
yeah.
am kind of one. Like sexuality isn't something that I am near. It's not at another table. It is on, sitting right next to me. It's in my backpack. You know what I'm saying?
No. I think that's what you think. I think you've trained yourself to think that you're not as sexy as you are. But here's what happens, dude. You're very famous on TikTok for the Mr. Simp character, and you are sexy in your own way on that,
Right.
where you're kind of playing at being sexy. But what's shocking is that when you take that little drawing hair off and you put on your special glasses and you put on the ritual clothes that you've got, you transform into kind of a sexual god. And I'm not kidding. You walk in the room, oh snap, you look like you smell good, man.
And I do smell very extremely good. So
Yeah.
you're saying I'm kind of like a sexual
man.
chameleon, that I can shapeshift into different types of sexual energies, but
I think we all are that, but you're the most.
Okay, that's
Like that.
so. That's
And you know what else? You like, how they say like, oh, you always see all these images of Jesus, and you're like, oh, he's like a white guy with long hair. I don't know if this is really true, blue eyes and all that. I feel like that's the same thing goes for James Bond, where in the movies he's this like looking guy looking like this, but I think the real James Bond, Nate, you look exactly like what that guy should look like, because you look like an international, skilled, crazy spy.
Yes.
That is just has responsibilities that people don't understand or realize because you keep it so close to the vest.
wow. This is incredible.
And I want to say one more thing about my sexiness. I feel like it has a little, maybe like, I have sexiness in the way where it's like, oh man, yeah, I'd like him to maybe like take care of like a kid or like he seems like he's gonna be all right raising a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. Like
You've got that
there's
responsible sexualness.
Yeah, which is
Sex.
that might be the sexiest thing on the planet is responsibility.
And I'm trying to
Oh my God, that is a beautiful. Oh, Nate,
say it
wow.
again, Nate.
Say it again.
Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Come a little closer
Well,
to wherever you're listening to this. The sexiest thing that you can possibly be is responsible. Now let it sink in. Let it sink.
God.
Have a pause. So let that sink in real quick. Yeah. Think about it. Think about it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
the sexiest thing you can be is responsibility. Responsible.
Wow.
The sexiest. So
Yes.
if you got to take the trash out.
You know
You're
what
being sexy as fuck.
You know what I think we need to get into right now?
What?
I think you guys know is it's the segment we do every week, one of our favorite moments of the show, where we get to look. There's a lot of dark shit going on right now in the world. There's a lot of darkness, and there's a lot of pain and suffering going on in a lot of people's lives and a lot of people's lives that you know of. But we are here to kind of transmute, which is a word that we used before on the podcast, just on this episode.
The word of the pod.
The word of the pod is transmute that type of energy and let y'all know what we found joyful and what gave us joy this week, because it's the Joy Tactics podcast, and we're looking for tactics to be joyful and more joyful, and hopefully you guys become joyful in turn by hearing our joy. So what in the motherfuck has given you guys
I want to challenge
joy?
us to do one sentence too, or even one word,
sentence.
just like what made you joyful in one word.
Oh, wow.
This is, so you're saying you're taking kind of a minimalist approach.
Yeah.
to
I'll
this.
tell you what made me joyful in one word.
Go.
Followers.
Wow.
That's all that needs to be said, and I'll
that
just say
is
it's a major
so-
increase in that.
All of us,
Wow.
our social
Wow.
media platforms and our audience is growing so rapidly. So it's a thing of you either have to hop on the train now or, like, see you later. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the ground floor of something different and something crazy that's about to, just pop off in a way that hasn't been done before. Followers, interesting.
Followers. All right, I got a word.
Okay, go.
Back pain.
Back pain has brought you joy, Eric, Jack? Expand upon that, please. I know you just had to do one word, but I'm interested.
Yeah, I hurt my back this week, but I was, it made me kind of sit around, and it did make me think, you know what? I'm going to use this as an exercise to disassociate with my body and accept that this is not forever. This pain actually makes me laugh, and when I have dreams that I'm at a party and somebody brings out a gun and there's shootings every single night in my dreams, every single time, like clockwork, and I whip out my gun and I don't have any bullets in it, and they see me do it and they laugh at me, and then I wake up and all I can think is, oh, my back hurts. This is just all this stuff is just a chance for me to laugh at it and go, ha, you think that's going to get to me? I love challenges. Pain is I love challenges. Pain is nothing. And yeah.
It's amazing.
Nate?
Let's see here. One word. I think what has brought me joy this week is, I'm going to change mine because we're doing one word now. And mine might be a little bit similar to Eric's. And my joyful thing this week is respect. And you can't even believe the amount of respect that I've been getting lately.
Yeah.
And I like it, and I like when people respect the shit out of me and what I do. And I like for that to continue for a long time, because there's nothing better than getting respect and earning it, more importantly. Earning
And
that
whether you have
respect.
to earn it by force or not, you get it.
Right. Well,
Earning it by force.
I would like to earn my respect peacefully. Just that's kind of me personally, because I'm kind of a gentle giant in a way.
You
like
are.
that.
Sometimes the most peaceful thing you can do is the most violent thing you've ever done.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Yo.
Damn. And we got to end on that note. That's
That
amazing.
is do you know how many gems did we drop on this
We had
app?
hella metaphors this
There's-
It's a
go
hung
around.
necklace.
I
It's a
mean-
necklace at this point of gems.
All
I
right,
mean,
so-
this is quotes.com type level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Quote your favorite things that we said in the comments. That'd be amazing.
And drop a metaphor.
And
John.
drop a
metaphors
metaphor.
for-
Well, that concludes another incredible fucking episode of Joy Tactics. Head over to patreon.com/joytactics to unlock exclusive weekly bonus episodes. And make sure to follow us on social media, where we post fire TikToks and hilarious shit like that. And if you loved the shit you just listened to, make sure to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening, and remember, We are shaped by our thoughts, we become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves.